Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to enhance email marketing by adding Mailchimp subscribers from Webhook responses. So are you also using Mailchimp? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm organizing a tech conference and for that I've created a form and I've also attached that form on my website. So now I wish to capture the responses of that form with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. And I also wish that as soon as a new response is received in that form, automatically a subscriber should be created with the same details. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Webhook by Pabbly and Mailchimp. So to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to do all of this because I want to create targeted email marketing campaigns for the new leads. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to learn how to enhance email marketing by adding Mailchimp subscribers from Webhook responses. So as you know that I am organizing a tech conference and I want to ensure that as soon as people register for the conference through my website, I want to capture their email addresses to send them updates about the conference schedule, speaker information and future events. So to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And yes, you can see that now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So again, we are going to click on access now right over here to access Pabbly Connect. And yes, you can see that now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations. And I want to name my workflow as enhance email marketing by adding Mailchimp subscribers from Webhook responses. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So where we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now I'm going to select my trigger application which is Webhook by Pabbly. And now for the trigger event we are going to select it as capture Webhook preferred. So I'm going to select this and now you can see that it is giving me a Webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between our Pabbly's workflow and the form I've attached on my website. So first I'm going to copy this URL and then I'm going to open the form. And over here you can see that this is my Pabbly form builder dashboard. So I've created a form with the help of Pabbly form builder and I've attached the same form on my website. So I'll just let you know that I'm using Pabbly form builder as an example application. It has a connection with Pabbly Connect. You can use any another application which is not connected with Pabbly Connect. So where you can see that I've created this form, automation and AI. So this is the tech conference I'm arranging and I want to create this automation for this form only. So to do this, first from the left sidebar, we are going to go on integration. So I'm going to open this link in a new tab. And over here you can see Webhook. So over here we are going to click on create Webhook and now it is asking me to add the Webhook. So we are going to paste the Webhook URL we copied from our workflow and then we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added our Webhook URL right over here. So this means that we have successfully connected our Pabbly's workflow with our form builder application which is Pabbly form builder in my case. So now over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a Webhook response and in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this Webhook response, we have to do a test submission. And in order to do the test submission, I'm going to open my form. From here, I'm going to click on preview form. And yes, you can see that this is my form automation and AI and over here are the questions. So I'm going to fill in these details and then we are going to do a test submission. First name as demo, last name as user, email as demo user@pabblytools.com and over here is the phone number. And now it is asking me for the organization. So I'm going to keep it as InvestWise. And now it is asking me for the dietary restrictions. So I'm going to keep it as vegan. And now it is asking, are you interested in receiving updates about the conference and future events? So I'm going to click on yes. And now now it is saying confirm your attendance. So I'm going to click on this. And yes, you can see that we have successfully submitted this form. So this means that we have successfully did our test submission. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of our submission or not. We are going to scroll, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response of our submission. Over here you can see the first name that we entered, the last name. Over here you can see the organization. Over here you can see all the details that we entered in our form. So yes, with this our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select Mailchimp because I want that as soon as a new webhook response is captured with the help of Webhook by Pabbly, automatically a subscriber should be created in my Mailchimp account with the same details. So I'm going to search for Mailchimp, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add member with custom fields. And then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Mailchimp account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection. And now it is asking me for the token and the data center. So to get this, we are going to follow the help desk, and it is saying you can find the above API key by logging to your Mailchimp account. Click on the profile picture, click on profile extras and then API key. So to get this, we are going to open our Mailchimp account, and from here we are going to go on profile picture, and then over here you can see profile, so we are going to go on this, and from here we are going to go on extras and then API keys. And over here we are going to scroll, and as you can see all the API keys that I've already created. So I wish to create a new one. So I'm going to scroll down, and yes, over here you can see create a key. So I'm going to click on this, and now it is asking me for the key name. So I'm going to keep the key name as new subscriber. And now we are going to click on generate key. And yes, you can see that it has generated my API key. So I'm going to copy this key, and then we are going to go back to our workflow, and then we are going to paste the same token right over here that we copied from our workflow. And now it is asking me for the data center. So again, we are going to read the help desk, and it is saying enter the data center here, example US 19, which appears on your subdomain in your Mailchimp account URL. So I'm going to open my Mailchimp account, and over here you can see that this is my URL and this is my data center. So I'm going to copy this, and then we are going to paste it right over here in our workflow. So after entering all of this, we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Mailchimp account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to choose the audience list. So over here you can see that I'm going to select it as Pabbly Connect only. And now it is asking me for the email address. So I'm going to map this. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Webhook by Pabbly as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response captured in Webhook by Pabbly. So I'm going to give you an example that over here you can see that in front of email address, if I'm going to enter demo user@pabblytudes.com manually, then this will not change with every new response captured because this is a static information and I've entered manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here. So as you can see that I have mapped the email, and now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the tags. So as you can see that this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank. And now it is asking me to select status of the subscriber, so I'm going to keep it as subscribed, and then we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the interest and group, so again we are going to leave it as blank because this is not the required field. We are going to fill in the first name, so I'm going to search for name, and as you can see this first name, so I'm going to map demo. We are going to do same for the last name also. I'm going to enter it over here. I'm going to map it, so I'm going to search for it, and as you can see the same, so I'm going to map it. Again we are going to move on forward. We are going to map the phone number also, so I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to map the contact number also. So now after mapping all the required details, we are going to move on forward and click on save and send test request. So as you can see that I've left some of the details blank because those were not the required details. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a subscriber in our Mailchimp account, and over here you can see the email address with which a new subscriber has been created. So I'm going to put my Mailchimp account right over here, and then we are going to go on all contacts. And over here you can see demo user @pabblytudes.com, first name demo, last name user. Over here you can see the phone number that we entered. So yes, we have successfully created a subscriber in our Mailchimp account too. So with this, our workflow is successful, but I'll just test this workflow, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my form again, and we are going to refresh this page and do another test submission so that we can check our workflow. And now it is asking me for the details, so I'm going to keep the details as first name test, last name user, email as testuser@pabblytudes.com. Over here you can see the phone number, and then for the organization I'm going to keep it as Prime Properties. And now it is asking me for the dietary restrictions, so I'm going to keep it as none. And now it is asking me, are you interested in receiving the further updates? So I'm going to keep it as yes, and then we are going to click on confirm my attendance. And yes, you can see that we have successfully submitted this form too. So this means that Webhook by Pabbly has captured the response of this submission and then sent this response to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new subscriber in our Mailchimp account with the same email address. So I'm going to open my Mailchimp and check that if a new subscriber has been created there or not. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Mailchimp account, and over here we are going to refresh this all contacts page. And yes, you can see a new subscriber has been created. Over here you can see the email testuser@pabblytudes.com. Over here you can see the first name, over here you can see the last name and the mobile number that we entered. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For a trigger application, we selected Webhook by Pabbly. For the trigger event, I selected Catch Webhook Preferred. For the action application, we selected Mailchimp. For the action event, we selected Add New Member with Custom Fields, because I wanted that as soon as a new response is captured in Webhook by Pabbly, automatically a subscriber should be created in my Mailchimp account so that I can send them the updates about the conference schedule, speaker information and future events. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the two contacts or the subscriber I created during this video. So I'll let you know that I used Pabbly Form Builder as my example application. You can use any another application which is not integrated with Pabbly Connect. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.